Hey, Hannibal here. We're going to talk about the strike that's supposed to happen in a few days on July 31st. Should be a Saturday, I believe. I spent some time talking about this topic on the GigTube podcast with my partner, Chad, the Gig Economist. Please check it out on Sundays at 8 p.m. on his channel. Link in the description below. I realized I didn't talk about the strike on my personal channel, so here are my thoughts. I first noticed the idea of the day of rest from watching a video from Valentine's Voice calling for a day of rest.
I'm at a loss for words on how I'm feeling because after watching several other gig tubers that have been talking about DoorDash, it is high time that drivers unite. So this is what I'm challenging all gig tubers to do. Put out a call for a national day of rest. And I'm gonna say July 31st, end of the month. I wonder how many drivers will, take up this call to arms.
Calling on Dashers to avoid using the DoorDash app for one day. He was trying to create a stand to stop some of the business practices that DoorDash was doing that was harming the drivers. Perhaps just a small start to become unified, to create a powerful movement, so Dashers can bring attention to the terrible offers and the other things that we are not appreciating as Dashers. I've seen protests happen, even here in New York a couple of months ago. A group of delivery workers, I'm not going to pronounce the name because I am terrible with Spanish, but it'll be on the screen right now. A growing group of food delivery workers in New York City. These guys work hard at all types of weather. I've seen them every day. Most of them are from South America, working hard for their families, immigrants, just trying to fulfill that American dream. A group of over 2,000 delivery workers biked from Times Square to Foley Square as a protest calling for improved work conditions. Their ongoing list of demands includes higher pay, increased bathroom access, because most restaurants won't let you in, and expansion to protected bike lanes. Unfortunately, that didn't do anything to change because New York City has become a cesspool of high crime and an incompetent government. That's why people are leaving the city in a hurry. However, initially thinking about the day of rest, I thought, hey, maybe this can actually work. Maybe this could be a national movement. Considering it started online where millions of people can engage, they can check it out, I thought maybe this may have some legs to it. Many people would choose to take a day off in a form of unity against the DoorDash company and their business practices. But over the last couple of days, I've noticed most people are totally against the idea. Many gig tubers saying that it's a bad idea. Many Dashers were excited of the idea of a strike because they will believe that they can get better offers because many people would choose to stay home. That's a sign for unity for you. I came to the conclusion that it doesn't make sense to strike because the idea was dead on arrival. We have no unity. Majority of us aren't on social media like that. And most importantly, we have no national news coverage. And let's be honest, most people aren't interested in striking. So DoorDash doesn't have to worry about anything because as long as people are working, everything is just the status quo. In fact, I would say that most full-time Dashers are just fine with how things are going. They may not admit it out loud, but their actions say something different. What we say publicly and what we actually do are two different things. Let's say you have a friend who's complaining about their significant other every day. They spend all day and all night complaining and complaining. Eventually, you take this friend and you ask, why don't you do something about it? You talk to them, get counseling, or just leave. And then a week later, you see them all hugged up with each other as if nothing happened. And you wonder, what's going on? I thought my friend hated this relationship. I guess they aren't really looking for change. They just want to vent. But when it really comes down to it, they're content with how things are. You may have noticed the failed labor movements in the last couple of weeks with Amazon, especially with the warehouses, and Uber for many, many years. Not enough people are interested in making real change. There's a few at the top who work all these hours, who do very well, make a good amount of money. Then those in the middle who just make enough to keep going, and the rest just quit. And there's new drivers coming in every day to replace the quitters. Uber and Lyft drivers, they're still fighting for change. And it's been years, literally years. Nothing has changed because most of the drivers just drive and they're okay with what Uber and Lyft provide. What I've learned about the Decline Now movement, the Power app, and now this strike, that nothing is really going to get accomplished because we are all addicted to Tony's Casino, me included. We all know that the house always wins, yet we still think we're gonna figure it out and beat the system. When things are going bad, we're not making any money, we're cursing the app and anyone that made it. We complain, and we complain. But that one day, when we have a great day and we made a lot of money, we made $40 an hour, we made so much money, we fall right back in the exploitive relationship. We haven't really learned anything. I am not immune to this at all. I love complaining. I'm not going to pretend that I don't. I gotta get some positivity training from Pedro, because one of my favorite things to do is me and my wife sit back and talk shit and complain about someone or something. But at the same time, I go back doing the same crap because I think things are gonna get better this time. It's gonna be different this time. And it turns out that's not true at all. I know it's not healthy. I gotta do better. But at least in terms of DoorDash, I haven't dashed in about 2 weeks. But I'm sure the urge will come back soon. In my opinion, the right thing to do is just think as an individual. It's your business and you have to make the best decisions for you. Right now, we're too invested in the casino to quit. Doesn't matter what platform you choose, you have to find ways to make it work for you. Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, they're all doing the same thing. They're all trying to find ways to cut the labor costs, to make sure that you take orders that's not beneficial to you. So you have to spend a lot of time really thinking about, does this line of work makes the most sense for me? And if you're doing great, fantastic. But if you're not, make the necessary adjustments. That's all I have really for this situation with the strike. Really quick video. Thank you for taking time to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.